Right. Hello, this is Fumofu. This is commentary for my current world record run of Gori Cuddly Carnage. Any percent. Um, uh, I'm now realizing. Oh, I've been using the wrong splits in time. Okay. Please ignore the splits being wrong and the title here being wrong as well. This is I'm playing on Alley Cat difficulty here. My stream setup is a mess. So this is my world record run. I'm going to be doing some commentary here. The clean run I also linked here is with the dialogue taken out and with the blood replaced by what I would call looks like grape juice. If the game can be ran with all of the bad words and everything included, awesome. If not, I completely understand. Yeah, so this is the Alley Cat No Out of Bounds category. Alley Cat is the second hardest difficulty, and No Out of Bounds is exactly what it sounds like. I'm not allowed to go out of bounds. However, there are still some massive skips and tricks that a lot of which I had to come up with on my own. So let's get into it. Let's do this. Wind down just a little bit. Okay.
Skipping these will totally mess up the story, and you will have no idea what's going on. How about it? Phew! That was awesome, Gori! Oh, I was wondering what that burning smell was. We gotta find something to patch us up. I don't need a ship. I'm activating tutorial mode. That was the Frank Time Warp.
Frank Time Warp is a trademark of Cool Toys. Frequent usage of Frank Time Warp can cause vomiting, headaches, diarrhea, and explosions and death. All use is at your own risk.
Wow, that was weird. That was delicious. More. What the fuck? We gotta find that ship. This planet sucks. Whoa, a piece of a key. Let's find them all, Gori.
Okay, so the key you just saw there. Keys unlock. Each level has 3 key pieces, and they unlock outfits and things of that nature. And little fun rooms to play around in. In the first level, staying in bounds, it isn't really possible, to my knowledge, to not get every key piece. And they are necessary to enter an area on the ship we're heading towards to continue the plot. Here you're going to be seeing me do a lot of jumping and dashing. Air dashing is the second fastest movement in the game. I will get to the fastest movement when we get there. And so throughout the run, you're going to see me jumping, dashing, jumping, and dashing. Dashing on the ground is really slow. For some reason, in the air, it's much, much faster. And here I just unlocked boost, so this is even more. This will be the primary movement of the run. Here you're going to see me do a land on that rail and immediately jump off. The fastest movement in the game is a little speed boost I get from jumping off of a rail. So when there is a rail that I can grind on, more often than not, you're going to see me land on it, jump off, and jump on and off the rail as quickly as possible. The rails are a little funny with how they work with the physics engine, in that it kind of locks you into a direction that you can't manipulate right away. The timing on the rails to make sure I'm jumping in an optimal direction, it really does matter. Alright, and here is the first fight that we're just going to skip. Oh. So I jump up on this little shark, jump up into this corner, and that skips having to fight those slicey corns. And any fight that we can skip this early on is really important. Mostly because we do not have the slam wheel yet, which drastically speeds up the... Seriously? So the reason I went seriously there is what I was attempting to do is deal enough damage to where one of these little helicopter spins, which that is an ability that does require me boosting, which means it very quickly lowers my fuel gauge. And what I was trying to do there was trigger the little tutorial window that popped up upon hitting the unicorn with an ability that would ragdoll it, while also killing it with that hit. A little off, so I did have to do the little execution move there, but I was trying to skip that little animation. And this is one of the more dangerous and difficult fights of the run, just because, like I mentioned, I don't have the slam wheel upgrade yet. And there are a lot of these slicey corns. And what you saw there, if you're familiar with Bayonetta, very similar to Witch Time, if I get a perfect dodge, specifically on the slicey corns, it will trigger this, this Witch Time-esque thing here. It's not... There are some situations where it is good, however, it does slow down everything around me, so... Enemies will spawn in slower, they will move closer to me slower, so triggering those... I was a little early. A couple of shooty corns appear up there. There they are. You see, I'm already down to 20% health. It really is a very dangerous fight. Like, one more jump attack from these slicey corns and I will die. And here, and I don't know if this is a bug or an intended... for fight pacing, but at the end of certain fights, the slicey corns spawn in with only 1 HP, which allows me to just kind of mow them down, if you will, with the lawnmower spinning, if you will. And so I know what part of the fight that happens, and I can just quickly take out the rest of the enemies that way. Here's a little, runaway sequence. These exist in almost every level in the game. Just these little fun things like, hey, go really, really fast. And if you see the little claws, or I'm not 100% sure what they're supposed to be, but if the enemy gets too close and those little red claws reach Gori in the middle of that bar, it's not a death, but it will put me back to the start of that section on. And here you're going to see, like I mentioned in the description, the Sonic-like physics engine. So what I'm supposed to do there is wait for a rail to appear, wall ride on that billboard, and then grind another rail to get up here. However, instead, since there's a little slope over where that heart bomb is, or heart balloon, I can just ride up that slope and jump, and I get a lot of vertical momentum. That also allows me to skip that section there. So what I just skipped there by going over the wall, I just got 3 upgrades. The slam wheel, the shield, and the slam wheel airtime. So you can see this little vertical attack I'm doing, this slamming the ground. And that is how I break through the bubble shields. As you can see, these enemies here have them. And here's a big reason why the game speeds up significantly here, is the slam wheel puts enemies in the air, and any enemy that's in the air like that, well, they're always slicey corns. Any slicey corn that is in the air like that, if I hit with even a single slash attack, is an instant kill. There is a slightly faster way to kill enemies, which is jumping and boosting, jumping and starting a boosted slam wheel attack, which is what you see me slam into the ground. At the right time, it will charge it Wow.
Camera!
I was so mad about that. Oh. Yeah,
I don't know why the camera decided to just whip
So-
itself around like that, changing the direction I hit that heart, but it did it.
So there is a glitch that can occur in this level where for some reason the camera gets fixated on something on the other end of the stage. I assume it is a result of me skipping a fight. And since I skip a fight, the camera's like, hey, there's enemies over here you should look at. But I'm not 100% sure. And it will, until I get to the ship we're heading towards, it will periodically yank my camera in the direction it decides it wants me to be looking. And I just have to kind of deal with that. You saw here what started this fight is I knocked that heart into the little balloon thing here, and it deflated. That's what I was skipping earlier.
Ultra pet material detected. Have a nice day. Not.
But anyway, talking about the slam wheel, if I start charging a slam wheel after a jump at the perfect time, it will actually kill the slicey corns in one hit instead of me having to jump up and slice them as you see me doing here. It isn't always faster depending on the fight. Like, let's say two groups spawn together, but they're not quite close enough for me to hit with one slam wheel attack. It is faster for me to knock them both up into the air and then slice them in the air instead. So sometimes I'm a little like right here, for example, instead of charging 3 separate slam wheels, I just knock them all up and then take them out quickly after that. Also, you'll see my combo meter down at the bottom, very Devil May Cry. Instead of triple S, it's triple P for perfectly, well, there we go, positively perfect point. You'll also notice that when I'm falling, I do initiate a helicopter attack with Gori, which is my boosted slash attack. While it doesn't necessarily make Gori fall faster, it makes Gori reach like terminal velocity quicker. Alright, so here's our first elite enemy, which is the right hand. So this fight is the hand itself, and then I have to take out the hand along with all of the shooty corn. So what you saw me do at the start of the fight was use the slam wheel to take out one group as they egg ported in, and then rush to hit the other group as well before fighting the hand. Ideally, and it is a little RNG, I can get 2 waves of the shooty corns taken out. I knock the hand down one time, clean up the rest of the shooty corns, and then kill the hand without having to do any cleanup. It is a little RNG dependent. That wasn't bad RNG, but it wasn't great RNG. And you'll notice the pink aura that was around the hand. During that time, I am not able to damage the hand. However, explosions will knock any elite enemy out of that state. And while I don't have any explosive weapons at this time, I do have the 2 heart balloons here. You'll see that come into play. But first, we just have this little section where my goal is to take out all of these slicey corns and shooty corns as quickly as possible.
Don't let them hurt Chip. We need him to get out of this town.
Because this is not an auto-scroller, it is a normal fight. And the faster I kill these enemies, the faster the chip upload will happen. And the enemies do spawn in a specific order, so I wouldn't say I have the order completely memorized, but I have the general phases kind of memorized, so more often than not, I kind of know where I need to go next, or in a situation like this where I can physically see the egg porters have. This is also a since there are so many enemies, and I use the slam wheel so much, there is actually a lot of fuel management that goes on here. The run has a lot of fuel management just kind of by default. It is. There are a handful of fights where it's really hard not run out of fuel, and I have to be very particular about which enemies I kill in which order to make sure I do not run out. Because running out of fuel means I can't boost, it means I can't use boosted slam wheel to knock enemies up, it means I can't use the helicopter attacks, and it means I can't use super grenades, which will come up in the next level. And here we have one of the major antagonists of the game, the bear in the box. Alright, so I hit it at these heart balloons in the corner. So the hands come out and they start with little pink ore around them. I bonk the balloon to knock it, to set up an angle. Hit it with the slam wheel to immediately knock this hand out of its protective state. By the time I am done fighting that hand, this one, the laser, runs out of laser. And there, a little bad RNG. Those killing fuel in this game is built in 4 ways. Killing enemies gives me, each little enemy I kill gives me 4%. Just you see here, or it depends on difficulty, I suppose. Maybe 5%. I killed 5 unicorns and now I got to 25. And killing those unicorns means I just have a little bit of boost to take advantage of here. And then we just rinse, repeat, finish off this boss. The other ways of getting fuel back, as you can see when I kill these hands, I immediately get full fuel. I also get full health. So any elite enemy that dies will give me full HP and full fuel. You also may have noticed that while I grind on the rails, it goes up. Oh, no.
Come on.
Oh, oh, okay, we're good.
Oh, that was scary at the end there. Didn't mean to fall off there.
Pretty solid level 1. And here is where we have our first shopping trip. So now that we've opened this door, we can now change our appearance. And there are outfits that are available immediately. And so the bid war for outfit can go on throughout the entirety of the playthrough every time I stop at a shop. Now here's this little lore, is to be able to, we didn't actually kill the bear in the box. We skipped the cutscene of what happened there. And the bear in the box will continue to appear throughout the game in cutscenes, and a final fight with him in level 6. But to take him out, we need to create a giant laser cannon. And that's kind of the lore that's going on right here. So what we're doing for the next 4 levels is collecting the pieces. Circuit board, laser diode, crystals. So that's a little bit of the lore that's going on. Throughout the run, I can definitely have somebody kind of giving the the lore drops, if you will, because there's quite a bit going on, and there's actually the story's really good. It is definitely a tragic backstory of Gory, Frank, and
You're right,
uh,
Gori. She did say it was going to be large.
Chip.
Anyway, what's this map that we're looking at?
No, Gory was too aggressive of an ultra pet. Chip, being a depressed AI, think it's Guy of the Galaxy, and Frank, a foul-mouthed hoverboard with you know, swords, a rocket launcher, and a giant hammer. Not safe for kids. You did see on that shopping trip, I maxed out my fuel stat. I mentioned how important fuel management it is. So now I have a 200% meter instead of a 100% meter. And here's where there's some more interesting platforming comes in. I'm actually supposed to go around here. Like seeing mistakes in your world record. So instead of going around and grinding a rail to get up here, I go into that little corner and just kind of hop up on my own. And big donation time here, especially if the dialogue is turned off. This is a fairly lengthy tutorial here where I have to
Add-on detected.
listen to them explain how the grenade launcher works,
It is what I thought.
all the different attacks, and I have to shoot targets. There's dialogue between, so this is donation time. If there are, honestly, this is good donation time either way, but especially if the dialogue is turned off, donation time.
Or we could just wait for it to reload by itself. That takes time, though.
Level 2. Hit all the targets within a set amount of time.
Yeah! Let's go, man!
Ready? Set. Go. New super shot.
Oh, found a new button.
And here is the super shot
There's a big boom.
I hinted at earlier. So that super shot will allow me to knock any elite enemy
Fast. Wow.
that has that pink defensive aura around them.
By hitting all the targets.
It will allow me to
Set. Go.
knock them out of that protective state. To be able to immediately start dealing damage with the helicopter. And as you saw during the first boss, that helicopter, it is the highest amount of damage. And our next priority after fuel is that slicing damage.
Quickly as possible. Ready, set, go.
No thanks.
A big reason why I prioritize fuel over slashing damage is because of this level. Because of this here, which is the boss of this stage, that we saw run away. We never actually slice at him or it, I don't know, ginger that thing. We only deal damage to that boss by using, using the grenade launcher attachment here. And the super shot takes a 30% boost or fuel. And you'll see a gimmick of this stage is a lot of platforming while shooting at these eyes to open the path forward.
That's where we need to go.
Also, this is a potential flashing light warning here. I don't know what is and isn't photosensitive, but I could see that being a little sensitive. Here's a good example of like the game wants me to do a couple of wall rides and then do this long rail section. Instead, I just jump through it. There's a lot of unintended platforming throughout this game. This stage in particular
Guys, Gori?
was like my first playthrough. I got to this game, this stage, and I was like, I'm gonna be speedrunning this game. Because a big thing about Okay, so this is the introduction of the Flappy Corns. The Flappy Corns anytime I kill them, they give me +1 ammo.
Level 3. Kill all the enemies to proceed.
So
Avoid
now we
volunteers.
have
Ready?
our
Set.
fuel management along with our uh, ammo management. There's just a lot going on. Oh, also something I forgot to mention. At the end of every level, you saw that I got a bunch of gold stars and 1 silver star. That is the primary income for the game. The better I play, the more money I get at the end of each stage. So it is actually important for me to make sure that I get a certain high score, I get a minimum high score, a minimum high combo, and that I beat the stage quickly.
Done, player.
And they really aren't issues to get. Even in the later levels, even something as a double P combo is enough to hit that high combo threshold.
So,
And
delve
1 or 2 and 2, maybe 3, depending on the level, triple P combos will guarantee you get the high score requirement. And obviously, this is a speed run. There's never an issue with hitting the gold star for time. And the 1 silver star is because this I am playing on Alley Cat difficulty. And this is an interesting what do you call it? An interesting little difference between the routes based on the difficulty that is being played on. So there is a money bonus for playing House Cat, and even bigger for playing Alley Cat, and an even bigger bonus for playing Cuddly Carnage, the hardest difficulty.
good job.
So what this means is each route actually has different, a different little shopping route, different optimizations, because different amounts of money are being made, in each stage.
Ultra reference 325 not found.
Out of ammo. Right here, you see that I never remember what these things are called because they are. I am, for some reason, I'm able to skip the introduction cutscene on this enemy, so I don't have to see what it's called, and I always forget. As you saw there, grenade shot, helicopter, grenade shot, helicopter. Commentary.
Close, but these games are hardcore.
Well, shout out to
That Lion King, you're always talking
Lion
about
King.
Gori.
Oh, mistake there. Here, I just skipped a huge platforming section to the left there. We're taking advantage of that. So I didn't make it onto the arcade machine, but as long as I connect with the wall while it's over that dash line, I will fall into the pit and it will put me up here. See, this says demonic horn, but I sworn the ranged ones were demonic horns. And as you can see here, I lured both of these elite enemies together, so I could hit them both with 2 shots, hit them both with a helicopter, take them out as quickly as possible.
Complete left and right-hand side challenges to proceed.
You can't stop us, King. We eat challenges for breakfast. Yeah, and sometimes candy. Come on, Gori. Let's show this lady what a real cat on a hoverboard looks like.
Player detected. Starting challenge. Destroy all enemies to win. Ready? Set. Fight.
So, not a whole lot to talk about in this fight. It really is just about the enemies spawn in pretty quick and pretty constantly, so it isn't too hard for me just to optimally go around and out. You will notice these eyeball switches on the walls. They are what drop the barriers you're seeing here, but I don't really care about them until a certain point in the fight, about right now, where there are two shooty corns on one of the platforms, and at that point, no more enemies are gonna spawn behind that barrier. So I go up the rail, take out the first group, go down, and then once I'm off the rail, I do a quick lock on to shoot the shooty corns on the other side before moving along. In all elites, the optimal way of killing them is essentially the same across the board, which is get them out of knock them down, spin to win. You're just gonna see me at the end of a lot of fights now that I have this grenade launcher. That once I know there's only one or two enemies left, I will start spinning the camera, hitting R3 to try to snap to whatever enemies are still alive, and then I just shoot them. Ooh, this was a little slow. That's okay. Mistakes happen. Still faster than the intended route.
Player detected. Starting challenge. Destroy all the enemies before deadly laser ceiling reaches you. Ready? Set. Fight.
You'll also notice while I take out I have really 3 different ways of taking out the flappy corns. Or if you want to get technical, we'll just go with 3. Is shooting them, especially if they're grouped up, shooting a charge shot at them to take out a big group all at once, which is really nice because let's say if I take out 5, then I get 25 of that 30 fuel back, and then I get plus 5 ammo. Right now my max is 3, but that will go up. That will go up in level 3 and again level 4.
Getting closer again.
Reset.
Ooh, unfortunate. That was. As you can see there, if I shoot an enemy that has that purple, or I'm sorry, that pink kind of aura around them, and I'm too close, it will actually hurt me. So that's what you saw there. And very dangerous. I fell to 9 HP there before killing this Demonicorn. Woo! Gotta be careful.
Laser descents deactivated. It's over.
Awesome.
Ain't not much to talk about coming up here. It's just another runaway from a thing chasing me section. There are some fun rail optimizations, and I do have to manage my 3 ammo to make sure I can hit all these switches. But other than that, not much to talk about.
Falling to our death.
I fucking hate that.
And I do play on controller, so I am having to make these little snappy shots on controller, which, woo, definitely harder than if I use mouse and keyboard, but the rest of the game, if I use mouse and keyboard, would definitely be more difficult for me. So here, I love, there's this huge platforming section with wall rides and rails that go around the back of this machine. But since 99% of the things in the background are physically there, you just saw there, I could hop on the little pinball rails and just skip this entire section, skip a few enemies coming after me, so I can get straight to the boss fight. Alright, so first things first, gotta take out all the little unicorns. A little early there. I'm going to dash here and attempt to get a double shot. I got it. Perfect. Then a third shot ends that first phase. And so this game is not exactly stable. There are a lot of instances where crashes can occur. And here, this fight is definitely one of them. But I've played the game enough to where I have a pretty good understanding of what causes these crashes. Just for context here, I see I am shooting these eyes, grinding on one of these guys, knocks down his leg, stops the recharge, now into phase 2. And then it's kind of rinse and repeat from here. But see, what can cause a crash here is the game doesn't like it when a cutscene or cutscene-like thing happens and Gori or another actor is not where the game wants it to be. Oh, did not get the double shot there, but that's okay. So while these legs are unfurling after I've shot in all 4 eyeballs here, if I grind, if a cutscene is triggered once I start grinding on one. However, if I grind on one before, too far. If I grind on one before they are in place, it doesn't always cause a crash, but it has a very high chance to cause a crash. So as long as I just sit here and I wait, make sure those legs are in position, the game won't. I've yet to see a crash where I, after waiting there. You can see here, just 3 really quick charge shots. I don't like that. So that's a big reason for 200%.
Okay.
Big reason for 200% fuel there is so I lost a little bit of time having to shoot regular shots instead of the charge shots there. Instead of one last charge shot to finish them off. Had I just taken out one more enemy, I would have had enough for a charge shot. Instead, I did 3 small shots, and that was a little bit slow. Okay, so on to level 3 of the Cool Toys Factory. Finishing platforming here at the beginning. The game definitely wants me to use these billboards here for wall rides. I will use this one, but that's because it allows me to skip a small section here. You'll see these, platforms with eyeballs on them. The game wants me to shoot them to make the platforms set into place. However, taking advantage of the boost and the momentum this game has, I can just kind of skip having to shoot any of these. And here I do a wall ride, even though it's I'm not sure why I did that. I usually go as far to the right as I can. I went left for some reason there. Okay, and here I am trying to get what I call a bonk. Having trouble getting it. Oh, I should know better. So, what I call bonks are, I'm gonna get this one. Yeah. The wires there on the ground actually do have geometry. They have a hitbox. So I boost into them. It pops me up in the air a little bit. And that little pop gives me a lot of vertical momentum. So I was able to jump on top of that wall and platform my way into this tube. What is intended for that section. So hang on, I love this bit. I've heard that bit 100 times and it makes me laugh every time. It really sounds like they took a metal grate and just dropped it on the floor to record that. But anyway, that room was previously in. The intended strategy is, or the intended route, I should say, is to shoot 4 eyeball platforms and just kind of work your way up to that, the pipe I ended up in. And here, really what you're seeing is me taking an optimal route to oh, I like seeing a mistake in a run and being like, oh, why did I do it that way? So I'm just taking optimal routes to get like optimal rail boosts and air dashes. So here, I can't I get that. Oh, I did not get it. So I dashed too early. So there is, I can skip that cutscene and skip the slime spawning in. Did I do this right? And if I dash right after I get out of that pipe, I will go over the cutscene trigger, and and it will allow me to skip that cutscene of the unicorn. It's not super hard, but it's precise enough to where you know, maybe 1 out of 5 times I miss it. Here's just some more rail boosts to go as fast as possible. As you can hear, like, if it sounds a little calm, a lot of the sound effects for the slime being behind me actually contributes to the music. And when you get too far away from the slime, the music almost cuts out.
That was close.
Here we have one of the best characters in the game, the manager.
The regular night-old.
Oh, I got the glitch.
Manager, you up there?
So, so the manager is supposed to just kind of really talk almost endlessly once I walk into the room.
Oh, what are you guys doing?
But sometimes
That's not cool.
he just doesn't.
We're gonna be besties.
Until
I mean colleagues.
I start shooting the happy key.
Stop touching my stuff.
These happy keys will be a big reoccurring thing through this stage and honestly throughout the game. Just mostly here.
Apologize. You were really childish in there, but I'm a reasonable manager. So as long as you stay in this room, I won't punish you. Sure, kid.
So you may have noticed me hitting a few cash machines throughout the first chunk of this run. Those cash machines are what allow me to have just enough money to upgrade my slash damage by to max, and also increase my ammo by 1. And having 4 max ammo is
Are you guys
it really helps out with this section
One is the easiest number
because after I'm going into 4 chambers.
toys. Not scared of your toys?
The demonic horn.
I'll be going into 4 chambers, all that have a fight and a set of happy keys that I need to shoot to open the door to the boss of this level. And we did get the slimy corn introduction earlier, but I did not actually fight it.
Stop breaking my toys.
So the way I take care of slimy corns is pretty straightforward. Didn't get the perfect dodge. Okay. Taking out slime corns is pretty straightforward. I will shoot them with a super shot, followed by a boosted slam wheel, and that just kind of takes care of them. They go down pretty quick. They are more dangerous than they look. Their hurt box when they're spinning is actually quite disjointed. Sorry, their hitbox when they spin. Really disjointed.
No sweat.
So it can be hard to
I'm not a child.
take them out at front if they are aggressive enough.
Sweat and shit-filled. Oh, hi, guys. You're late for the meeting. We were just discussing your death. Chip, you gotta raise the happy keys again.
So I went right at the fork for a reason. Once I've got both rooms on this end cleared, I will I will be chased by slime as I leave the area. And for some reason in this room, when if the slime starts here, it causes a significant amount of lag. And so if I just by coming to this room first, I save, I don't know, about 2 seconds over going to the other side. Oh, this Demonicorn is trolling me. So the Demonicorns do not have that pink aura I mentioned earlier. So they can be knocked down with a normal shot, or a charge slam wheel hit. One little guy. So here I need to shoot 4 happy keys and then 1 central happy key. And this is where having that 1 extra ammo really comes in handy. 1, just we have a little bit of backup. And 2, it makes the ammo refill pickups better because they put you to max. So if I have 6 ammo, I can shoot 6 rounds, get the pickup, and then shoot 6 more.
Ha ha ha! You fell right into my trap. Now get destroyed. Well done, Chip. Come on, Gori. Let's suit him up. Wow. Can you guys stop cutting me off mid-sentence? It's very rude.
So this fight is a little deceptively hard. There are just a lot of flappy corns and a lot of slicey corns all in one place, all while having to deal with this flamethrower that not only does a decent amount of damage, but also just pushes me around the arena. And it's very easy for me. I mean, you see here I am already down to 39%. 1 more bomb from a flappy corn will kill me.
You might think you're halfway. Wrong. These next rooms will be too much for even me to handle. And I'm a manager. The baby wasn't kidding. Good luck. That was a joke.
Yeah, there's really not too much to talk about with these last few rooms. Some more fights, more keys. Sometimes there are some lower spots here where enemies can kind of get stuck, resulting in some interesting results, and me running around like crazy, just going, okay, where are you? You're clearly here.
Don't forget to tell Inkster how we beat the out of you.
Alright, one more room and then we are on to the final boss. This room is a little interesting. The keys are up, but so are the enemies. I don't remember if in this run I get a good... Ideally, when the run is about half over, as I'm moving through the fight, and there's a key that can be shot, I'll take the time to shoot at it. It doesn't look like I'm doing it here. There's one. Here we go. Oh, I'm just going for it. All right. So if I hit those too early, they will deactivate, and the main happy key up top will no longer be there for me to hit. This actually looks pretty good. I'll finish them off, and then fight's over. That was really good. Yeah, pretty perfect. That last key will not activate if there are still enemies in the room. But that was perfect.
You guys are gonna regret this.
Alright, not bad. I hear this is a little interesting in this area for some reason. When you shoot in this area, it you notice that I went from 4 ammo to 2 ammo.
Dum dum. This is it. Another one of the generals.
I do this fight faster now, actually. So I have to hit the keys here to stop the electricity. I don't actually have to hit every key. I just have to hit... if I hit every other key, it will deactivate every key that it is also connected to. So it makes... I didn't initially know that, and I was just shooting every key, and that was slow.
I knew you were cheating. Let's even it out.
Alright, so that was phase 1. Phase 2 is just fighting a Demonicorn.
Uh-oh. The floor is lava. JK, it's electric. You're going to die. Hee.
Then another phase of this. And the game is nice. Oh. Another one of those, like, why did I do that moments. Huh. Weird decision making there. 'Cause ammo isn't really a problem in this fight.
Ha ha ha. Random.
Alright, I don't know if I get a 1 cycle here or not. I don't think so.
Good stuff.
So on House Cat and Indoor Cat difficulties, 1 cycling this is incredibly easy. Ooh, we got it.
Got the 1 cycle. Let's fucking go.
In Alley Cat difficulty, you have to be very quick. I didn't think I was quick enough, but I was. Cuddly Carnage, I don't know if a 1 cycle is possible.
Egg porter transport.
So that 1 cycle is really good.
Wait,
And 2 cycles means he backs up. I have to hit the key again, shock him again. One. And now we're on to level 4 where we get to meet Goldfin.
fine. It's time to wait inside where it's nice and dry.
I have a better route for this section. Oh, man. Oh, nope, that was actually really good.
Mr. Goldfin.
So I use the momentum from that rail to get as high as possible here. And here you're going to see some more of the bonks I'm talking about. Since those little jellyfish, those large jellyfish, act like a springboard, the intention is you bounce on it, double jump, and then dash to the next one. But if I time a jump right after I hit it, I get that upward momentum on my first jump, and I can skip 2 or 3 jellyfish and just climb up there a little bit faster. And this is it's just an auto scroller. Typically when I'm streaming, this is where I get up and I run to the restroom. There's not much I can do here. This is, funny enough, in the out of bounds category, this is the shortest level. Because to get out of bounds, very little actually needs to be done. That first area before I even got in this elevator, there's just a gap between buildings that is just accessible. I can fly right through it and then go to a part where there is no floor and just fall into the boss arena. And I believe the IL world record for this stage is something like 40 seconds. It is so fast. But this is also why I prefer to play the no out of bounds category. You know, we just skip the entire stage, and it's a great stage. The only thing I don't like about it is this little elevator section, but honestly, outside of that, like, I mean, it gives me a restroom break and just have me get a drink.
Don't worry, Gori. The Bubble Cup 2000 is here to help you. Air is limited, though, so...
Introducing our lord.
And this chunk is a really good time for donations because there's that little elevator ride. And now, and here's where we're getting introduced to Goldfin. Goldfin does not. Goldfin thinks he is a human. In reality, he is a goldfish ultra pet. Gori is an ultra pet. The cool toys. Look at Gori just chilling. The Cool Toys Factory created what were called Ultra Pets. They did a unicorn and a rabbit. Gori was too aggressive as a ball of chaos, orange tabby, and he was rejected. And Goldfin here has a bit of a tragic backstory. He, but for some reason, he believes he's human. He was flushed down the toilet by his owner / best friend, and in lore, there's because of certain actions by certain characters, these mutations that we're seeing with the unicorns and Goldfin here being giant, so like he originally was just a little goldfish, like a fake little artificial goldfish. But due to he was flushed down the toilet, and because of nuclear sludge and runoff, he became this large, really large fish who believes he is human.
So, I'm guessing we gotta get back in there?
You see, we took a bit of a different route here just because we started a different section of this area. And now that we're kind of done with the little underwater tutorial, we are rolling.
Let's get back
So, here, bath plug. Hit the bath plug, lower the water. And the missile launcher doesn't work underwater, so timing that
look at me.
shot there right as the water.
Let's stay away from
Oh,
those.
let's see. Yeah, with the way the camera works there, it's hard to just slip through there without getting hit.
Push through it, Gori.
And if I run out of air, I don't immediately die, but I do start taking damage, and I start taking damage very rapidly. Here is a section that we're intended to do a couple of wall rides and grind on this rail that's zigzags around those pillars. But I can just fly in there, hit that O2 tank, and just immediately, and then shoot that eyeball. Alright, and don't blink, because this fight, it goes very quickly. So, to fight Goldfin in this mech, I need to bait one of the mines into hitting him. You see there, I did it very quickly. I removed the bath plug. And now we have this fight. And here we have the bane of my existence, the sea corns. The sea corns generate these force fields. Enemies cannot be damaged while they're in them. Wow. I eat sea corns. I forgot that it happened. Any enemy within one of those barriers is 100% immune to damage. So I'll have to always prioritize them. And when they are threatened, they will teleport away and leave a big pink bubble behind. That pink bubble essentially affects time. And if I end up in one, I start moving extremely slowly. As you saw there, the Demonicorn got stuck in it and was moving incredibly slowly, to the point where I couldn't even deal damage. I had to run off and kill other enemies waiting for that bubble to go away. And since this game doesn't have any kind of tech or, as in like if I get hit, there's no recovery button I can push to kind of gain my balance. I just get knocked back and I have to wait for the animation to finish. So if I get hit into one of those bubbles, or I get hit while in one of those bubbles, it takes 6 or 7 full seconds for me to be able to escape it. It is quite frustrating to deal with. Somehow missed the top of the nightlight there. Well, I didn't mention the nightlight, but in case it isn't obvious, I use a slam wheel on the top. I hit R1 and dies. Definitely the easiest elite enemy to deal with, but the shockwave they send out, that was quite a bit. Here I succeeded. All right, I managed to get both these Demonicorns together. It's really good. Oh, but the sea corns. This is what I'm talking about. They are the worst. Well, too late that time. Also, level 4 is where the music just really picks up. When I was first playing this, my wife came in the room and just went, "You playing Doom?" I went, No, I'm playing Gori. What is this? She has now played the game. I got 100%. She absolutely loved it as well. And really my goal here of wanting to get this in a marathon is I want more people to play it, and I certainly want more people to speedrun it. We have a few people who submit runs once in a while, but the community's for the most part dead, and I want more people running this game. All right, here, another shopping trip, another potential outfit change, and here I am buying, maxing out my ammo, so now it maxed out at 6, and I was upgrading my grind stat. So the grind stat is what determines how much fuel I get. I didn't get the one cycle. How much fuel I get while I'm grinding and wall riding. So that stat is very important. It allows me to maintain higher levels of fuel, and as the game continues, fuel becomes more and more precious. And here we have another situation where I have to hit happy keys to open a big door, and we meet the sister manager. And so this cutscene is triggered by me hitting the O2 here. And it takes a long time for this rail. You can see it's still appearing here. Well, I don't know why I did that. And if you actually just wait for the rail to appear, the room will fill up with water before you have time to hit every happy key. So I have to jump off the platform, take them out, fall, respawn, take these again. It's just a lot faster. I mean, I am... Ooh, that's not good. As you can see, cutscenes don't really freeze the game around me, so one of those sea mines just decided, while I couldn't move, that it was going to come after me. Now I have to be careful here because of all that damage I just took. But even being this careful is... Okay. Even being this careful, still very easy to fall in, and still much faster than waiting for the rail. I'm probably going to... it's been a little bit since I did this run. I'm probably going to hit this O2 here. Yeah. So destroying these sea mines gives me 30% health. Okay, so now we have Goldfin Part 2. So he has a barrier put up here. So what I have to do is go around, hit these O2 tanks here, shoot the eyes. Now the barrier is down, and we just do like we did last time. We lure a sea mine, take out the bath plug. All right, now here I'm actually gonna sit here for a second before walking the rest of the way into the room. This Ladybug Jr. does not spawn until the water is low, and I can go past that spawn in trigger. So I can, if I enter this room too fast, I can essentially fly around the room, and the boss just will never, the mini boss just will not spawn in. And I did do some testing with that to see if I could skip this fight, if the door would be open before the fight started. It was not, so this fight is mandatory for the no out of bounds run. All right, now we are heading to the final boss to fight Goldfin for the last time.
Where's that circum board? Let's get some goldfish blood over here. Let's grab this thing and go. Oh, it's gone. Whatever. Let's find it and get out.
And I do preserve my boost here because I do need.
It's on fish sticks.
Well, actually, I should change how I stuck. 2 runs in a row, I got stuck on it like that. Really?
Hey, I'm a hoverboard, asshole.
All right, so same thing. Who are mine? Drain the water. 5 grenade shots, which is why it's so important for me to max out with the grenades. And then we just helicopter Goldfin until he goes down. And we skip the cutscene where he begs for his life,
Got the
and
cycle that time. Good.
he begs for his life, and he comes onto the ship with us, and now he is our friend.
Wait, where did that stinky fish
And poor Chip now has to be a fishbowl. Also, a little optimization I do here. I do grab my mouse to select the stages because it's just much faster than the control stick here. Here I do a little bonk here. I did not come up with that bonk. The runners of yesteryear came up with that bonk, and it's great.
You're right, Gori. This
And I do want to go as fast as possible. I bonk my head. Sad. Now, if I hadn't bonked my head there, I would get the 1 cycle on something coming up here. The doll's going to be holding up a card,
looks like we're about to enter.
and I have to shoot it when the card matching door. That little bonk in the water slowed me down just enough. This fight, I have heavily optimized. I take out the group of enemy that spawns there right away. Shoot a grenade shot to take out all 4 slimy corns at once. Take out all the flappy corns, and then it's just me and a demonicorn. I really like this fight. It's really short and sweet. This is actually my favorite level to speedrun for this game. Honestly, I should go for the IL. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yep, missed that shot, so now I go through this. And here we go for, there's a lot of platforming meant to go around to the right. You can see kind of platforms over to the right as over there. But instead of doing any of that, I take a bonk off of that doll's head, fly over the T, and onto this platform. And here we have these little creepy doll heads with the brains. I skipped their introduction cutscene and a barely scripted fight by just jumping over the lake like that. This level just has so many skips. Like, I can skip a bunch of fights, skip platforming sections. There's so much going on. I think this level shows off the game and the run really more than anything else, any other stage in the game. There, I mentioned the Slimy Corn's hitboxes being a little wonky, and kind of ran right into it. Alright, so come up here, we just... Oh, there's one more Flappy Corn. To come up here, once again, I have to wait for this doll to hold up the Queen of Hearts. And now this is... You see this dollhouse in the middle here. That is an elite enemy, and this is just introduction. However, instead of doing this fight, I'm just going to come up here, and this is very precise. Oof. Careful. So, if I hit these eyeballs, it will start... Okay, good. Nope. So if I hit any of those eyeballs popping out of the ground, it will trigger a cutscene introducing the dollhouse. And I don't want that. It'll also trigger fight to start. I don't want that either. So, I grab onto that little tiny button, and then hop up here. Skips a whole fight, skips a platforming segment. Both the jumping over the river, the Lake of Tea, and that skip there. I came up with those on my own. Yeah, and it was a big part of. I really love speedrunning this game, and kind of became my baby. The pink on pink confused me. Not too much to talk about in this fight. Definitely is a good time for donations. It's worth mentioning that you see these balconies up top over the billboards. Those are accessible, and you can get up there from this arena. However, there is an invisible ceiling when the fight is actually going on, so I can't. So it might be possible to break out, but to my knowledge, it is not, and this is a mandatory fight. Yeah, it's just a lot of killing things as quickly as possible. It's not a whole lot to talk about. So, good time for donations for sure. Now watching this back, I'm looking like, why didn't I go grab more ammo? Oh, I should talk about the last shopping trip. So as you can see here, I increased my health, and I maxed out my grind stats. So now the amount of fuel I get from grinding is it is a lot more significant than it was at the beginning of the run. Again, just helps with resource management. Here, this is a skip I came up with where I bonk off this pillar here. Jumped a little too early on the first jump. Let's try that again. Ooh. Little bump. Let's go. Much better. That skips a fight and a bunch of silly platforming. And here's the first time we're actually going to fight a dollhouse. There is a somewhat consistent way to one-cycle the dollhouses on Alley Cat. On House Cat or Indoor Cat difficulties, you can just spin to win, and you will always one-cycle the dollhouses. Cuddly Carnage, I don't know if there is any consistent way to one-cycle the dollhouses. And in Alley Cat, there is one consistent way, but it is precise. And then there is, I believe, what I try here. Perfect. Okay. So here is the RNG dependent way to one-cycle them. I intentionally left that group of Slicey Corns alive, so I could start spinning to win on the dollhouse, perfect dodge the Slicey Corn, slow the game down while also increasing my damage, so I can one-cycle the dollhouse. Super shot to take out for the Slappy Corns there. Really good fight. Now I have one of my favorite platforming segments in the game. Just all these clock gears and mapping out an optimal route for this was really fun. And we take advantage of these little ramps here to kind of skip certain sections. And we're already there. Alright, this is a really cool fight. If you like creepy dolls, this is going to be for you. So first things first, I shoot two super shots at the hands. And then I spin to win and hope for an attack I can dodge. Perfect. Not quite so perfect because it slowed down that animation. And this is the reason I increased the grind stat, is this fight right here. So I need a good amount of fuel to be able to one cycle this fight. So here I am. See, I'm even taking a little bit of time to max out my fuel before I shoot the last eye, and then I spin to win on the brain. You'll also notice that after I shot those 2 super shots, I shot the doll head to my left, and that gave me a bunch of fuel. Very optimized fight, very quick, very cool.
All right.
As you can see,
like last run, but still good.
but other than the final boss, that is by a wide margin the fastest level. I spent a lot of time optimizing that. Level 2 was I know I'm gonna speedrun this game. Level 5 was, oh, I'm gonna really speedrun. Alright, so first thing to talk about here is an upcoming skip called Popcorn Skip. So, you'll see what popcorn is. It is an enemy type. And as we're being introduced to it, we can skip this first fight. And let me tell you, it is a long fight. I can miss this trick 2, if not 3 times and still save time. So I do a specific jump there. Hit the button at the right time, boost up to these steps. Get right under the door here. And ooh, I actually missed it. Ooh.
Why? Why?
Bad.
I get a break here.
Oh, that's a big
Looks
chunk.
perfect.
It did look. It looked so good. I even tricked myself. I believe I get it my second try. Like I said, it's a really long fight, where like 4 popcorn spawn at a time, and you have to go around and hit all 4. Then 4 more spawn, and it's just looks good. Looks good. Okay, I actually didn't quite do that right.
Okay, I'll take a second try.
The dash in the middle there kind of touched it. That is not how that's meant to be done, but I think I hit the button too early and knew it, and I had to make up for it with that dash. I mean, here you see I did a little ramp off of those stairs. That skips me having to push a button, starting a cutscene, and having this like rising goop. So doing that little skip there skips all that. And here we have a clown, because of course there had to be a clown. And there I have to do a little 3 count before shooting with the super shot. Because for some reason, if I shoot too early, while the clown will take damage, it will not be stunned. And I'll have to shoot him again. So here we have what I call the climb. So I mentioned a lot of the geometry in this game is actually physically there, and so all these little lights that are modeled here, I can just wall ride, jump on the little lights, and climb up there. That is supposed to be an auto scroller, where there's pink goop slowly rising, and I have to stand on the platform as it carries me to the top. We don't like auto scrollers here, so completely ignore that. Right, so here, I do not actually have to do all of these fights. I just have to kill the one... Oh, that's not... I just have to kill the one elite enemy that is blocking the hatch. As you see here, I'm hitting buttons to set up these little train tracks, and the little carousel horse goes through. Right. Now, since this is done, I go and hit this button. Go through the door. Hanging on to the Ladybug Jr. here. Woo! I got shocked. So same thing here. We're just going to take out the Ladybug Jr. We're going to hit the button. We can go through the hatch. Yes. My gray tabby came to say hello. Hey, buddy. I know. I miss Mama too. She'll be home sometime next week. Right? Another clown to take out. So, little annoying thing about this clown. It takes forever to despawn, and unlike the other enemies, it will stop the horse, the carousel horse, from hitting the button at the end here. So I actually take him out first, hit all these buttons, then I have to wait for him to completely disappear before I'm able to open this hatch.
Serious?
And I accidentally dodged a popcorn perfectly, which caused me to get into the slow-mo, which there went 2 seconds, right? Yes, honey, do you want up? All right, another right hand. Right, miss, you want up? Honey bunch. Feel like you want up. Let me mute while I deal with this.
Okay, so far so good.
Gori, he wasn't kidding.
Well, I now have a
I
purring
need to take my medicine. Now's a good
gray
time for
tabby
that.
on my lap.
We get out of this.
This is an auto-scroller. Even in the out-of-bounds category, we are still stuck in here. This cage is so good at doing its job.
Oh, hurry up, goldfish. Getting dicey down here.
You haven't been getting lap time since vomit. Mr. Two Buddy. I can't even send her pictures of you.
Did I just bonk a slicey corn out of the cage?
Goldfish, things are not getting better. Our lives are in the hands of a fish who believes to be human. This is it, Gori. This is the end. It was fun slicing with you. Goodbye, Crow. I got it. Initiating teleport.
So, okay. No, my Mac wasn't picking me up there. At least it didn't look like it was. Here's Helmut.
Hello, Helmut.
Everyone say hello, Helmut, and then everybody,
Hi, Helmut. Love you.
07's in chat for
Hero
Helmut.
sevens for Helmut.
Yep.
No expectations of you. How disappointing.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, was I focused on a different tabby cat and you got jealous? Ah, you did. Alright, so this fight's pretty fun. You see right away I fly across the arena to take out these shooty corns. Gotta take out these slashy corns. Ooh, I'm getting the see those instant kills I mentioned earlier. Fairly precise.
Oh, okay. Good enough.
At least in Alley Cat and Cuddly Carnage. Oh, okay, bye.
Come on, get over here.
Okay.
Thank
Alright,
you.
good. I got another dodge. So if I do that one-shot move on the slicey corns instead of the dodge, it's more complicated, but it is more consistent. And I should be going for it every time, because even if I miss it, I still have the slicey corns as backup. Like,
Here you are.
sure, it's world record, but you know how it goes. I'm over here like, I could be better. I mean, but honestly, a couple months ago, you asked me, hey, is a sub 2 hour possible? I think I would have said no. And, this is a 156. Boom. Big thing, and a little just fun thing about the popcorn are that, one of the intended way to take them out is just that fight didn't go exactly as planned. I got trolled by a few of the slimy corns, but it's all good. Yeah. The flamethrower demonicorns, you really won't see me trying to group up very often. If they do happen to group up on their own, it's great, but they kind of just do whatever they want. And here we have Bear in the Box for the last time. So this is another point of the game where there is potential for crashes. I mentioned Gori or another actor kind of not being where they're supposed to be, and the game doesn't know how to handle that. So you'll notice here that even when he's upside down and ready for me to do this little decapitation section, I will always kill the enemies around me first, because popcorn hits me during that cutscene, or anything that would make me move, there is a chance, not 100% chance, but a chance that I will get knocked out of position for the cutscene, and it will result in the game crashing. There's also another funny bug where if I hit the final switch to send the carousel horse, and I'm just close enough to hit the switch with the edge of the slam wheel, but just far away enough. I'm not paying attention to the meter. There we go. So if I'm close enough to hit the switch, but at the max, essentially max distance to hit that switch, the camera gets locked in place and I can't see where I am. And it's not a crash, but it's definitely a soft lock. Here again, even though he's upside down already, I take out those 2 popcorn first.
Okay, crash. Oh boy, I know. I'll feed you in a little bit.
As you can see, my boy coming in and being just a cute gray little thing, the common factor in my speedrunning. Alright, and so for this final section, hitting the last button, instead of the fight continuing, it just triggers a cutscene that ends the fight. And I wish I could explain what causes this the potential crash here. I don't know what it is. However, I discovered that as long as I wait
Now skip.
about a second and a half before I skip the cutscenes, it doesn't crash.
The
But
reset
if I'm
sucks, but we didn't get a crash. So
if I'm
it's okay.
already holding the cutscene skip button at that point, there's a pretty good chance that it crashes. I don't know why. I don't know if just something about skipping the cutscene too quickly puts something in the wrong place and panic, crash. What do I do here? First things first, I'm going to get a good bonk here. I'm going to land on this mushroom. Okay, good.
Almost
good.
messed that up, but we got it. That's what matters.
Yeah, it did almost mess that up. So what we're doing there is skipping an intro cutscene of the Gori plush. And since we did that, now we have and there goes the Gori plush. Now we have the plush talking over itself. Here there's just enough of that vertical column to for us to kind of ride up before the game decides that we are actually airborne. And hi, buddy. Yeah, you left.
Man, he really just does not stop yapping. This is faster.
Yeah, let's get the introduction cutscene of the plush. And I had my own way of doing it that I came up with, but it is less... The trick to pull it off is less consistent. And it's a more wrapping around route. So even if I get it first try, it's still slower than like second try with what you just saw here. Oof.
okay.
Just falling into stuff.
It actually worked out pretty well. We're good. Okay. Last little few seconds there, but it's okay. Still a good fight.
It was still a good fight. Not a lot to talk about there. It's a fight. I guess I could say the little cat ball things that open up with the rainbow webbing. If I run into that rainbow webbing, they will capture me and try to drag me off the platform. And I have to mash X to escape. All right, so here we have climb, the second climb. So what I'm meant to do here is fight 2 right hands on these platforms, which opens up these teeth, which allows me to get into this section. However, I just jump up to left here, and as I climb up this, we are intended to do 2 fights where we're locked into these rooms. However, with some clever platforming, first try, let's go. I can just skip all those fights. So we skipped 3 fights in the last 30 seconds.
Open the present.
And here's a more recent skip I came up with. So I jump off this rail at the right time, and it launches me into the corner. And that allows me to land on these
Perfect, let's go.
pillars and platforms. And it allows me to skip that fight too.
Alright.
So in the last 1 minute, little under a minute, I skipped 4 fights. And I didn't have to go out of bounds for any of it. Yeah, that is a more recent skip that I came up with. Very proud of that one. Oh, and like I mentioned, this game doesn't really have much of a community, and the community it used to have, they all played out of bounds. So, when I said I want to play this speedrun this game, 90% of what I'm doing are things I had to figure out, things I had to come up with. And I actually, being the moderator of this game now, I've had a couple runs that people have submitted that I've actually watched, and I'll see them do just anything really, and then I look and it'll trigger something in my head, like, wait, doing it that way? What are they doing it that way? And
good stuff.
then I'll play around with it, see if what they're doing is faster, and then even from there, like that trick I mentioned where I launched off the rail to skip the 4th fight is inspired because I was just watching somebody else's run to validate it for the leaderboards.
I'll feed you as soon as I'm done with this run, I promise. You are so handsome. You're so gray.
That is my boy.
Be nice to Lucy now. You be nice.
I have a gray tabby who's legitimately bigger than a bobcat, and he's so sweet, and I have to talk to him like a toddler at all times because he has 1 whole brain cell. But that's my boy. Love him very much. When you're on world record pace, but your cat wants food. So, not a lot to talk about here. So essentially Gori is by himself here. That was really good. That was really good C-Corn RNG. They were positioned very nicely. I usually have to chase them around a little bit. Also, this is one of those fights where enemies are so spread out. So the boost I'm using, the fuel I'm using to get from point A to point B between each enemy, and the boost I'm using to kill each enemy, I'm essentially constantly running at a deficit. And the rail, there aren't any wall rides. Wall rides give me more fuel than rails do. So, and all the rails here are very short. So I'm not going to get a whole lot out of them. So really the fuel strategy for this fight is to maintain enough fuel to be able to take out that demonic horn. And then once the demonic horn is down and my fuel is back up to max, I can be a bit. What happened there? And then I can kind of ride
All right, let's go. That
with
was really good.
the remainder of that. That was a really good fight. The next two fights aren't really too much to speak of. One is just the next one is saving Chip. We just saved Goldfin there, and it's just kind of similar to the first level. Chip is just kind of in the middle. Bunch of unicorns are coming in trying to hit him. He's got health, and if it falls to 0, I lose the fight and I have to try again.
Let's get on the rail during the cutscene. Perfect.
Yes, again, because during cutscenes the game is still absolutely playing. Even though I'm not going anywhere, I'm still able to regenerate my HP. There's also a fun glitch. I don't know if I was the first to find it or not. I haven't seen discussion about it. I like to call it the board slide glitch. So when Gori grinds, you know, he's doing essentially a board slide, you know, where his board is perpendicular to the rail. So in these stages where, you know, in between each fight there's this what do you call it? These like cutscene static changes that kind of kick me out of the arena once the fight's done.
Over here.
If I am grinding on a rail at the time, like still on a rail, when static comes and it kicks me out of the TV, Gori gets stuck in that board slide state. And while I can move around, like, mostly normal, Gori is just constantly in
Good stuff.
the grind position
What else we got?
until I hop onto another rail and hop back off. Just kind of happened to me randomly in the game. You know, if the run's not immaculate, because it is a little bit harder to control Gori in that state. I don't really know how to explain it. Really
That
good
was
fight
really
too.
Good. We're on the rail.
And there's something sick about taking out all the last 4 popcorn, then just
Is.
landing on the rail.
As this gets put into a marathon, I can totally just like, hey, if we get to this much money,
Oh, here, I
then,
guess let's talk about
I'll
it here.
do the boards. I'll call it the board slide glitch. So,
You can't say I'm not
I guess
consistent.
is a better name.
And here's our last fight here. Frank is being lowered into these little chompers. And I've got, what, 4 minutes. A good fight, a good time for this fight is the, is when the timer, at least in my opinion, is if a really good fight, the timer stops ticking down at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And a good fight is
Okay,
a high
little grind there, but
2 minute
sorry.
30, and I don't consider it a bad fight unless I fall below 2:30. So if the clock stops at 2:29 or lower, to me I'm like, ooh, that's not a good fight.
Got some slicey corns. Good stuff, good stuff.
And you can see there that I
Don't wanna
intentionally
waste too much
delayed
popcorn, don't wanna deal with that.
opening up the
Alright,
dollhouse
slicey
until I got some
corns.
slicey corns in position. And I was able to just continue killing other enemies. Waiting did not result in me time.
Okay.
This is gonna be a 2.
239 is
Yeah,
fine.
it's gonna be a 239. Yeah, 239 is great.
All right.
You can hear him just.
My current world record has like a 228 or something. Terrible.
Yeah, no, the world record at the time
That's
was
10
a
seconds
very
right
bad fight.
there.
Okay, now we got all our friends back, and we are going to fight boss. Going straight to the boss of the stage, and then it's final boss time. We're almost there. We got about 10 more minutes.
Thinks of fish. Is that all you think about? Thanks for saving me, though. Dynamic Ghetto, back together.
Now this is probably the
Okay.
this is about the 15-minute warning.
Left.
For this fight, I have to hit these yarn balls as they light up
Hey, let's go.
to
Perfect
deal
base
damage to
one.
the top bar. The first section's very easy. The second section is in the air, and I have a lot less boost. And also, they do a lot less damage. And it is RNG which ones light up first. So you heard me say left there. That was because I went and hit the one right in front of me. The left one started glowing before the right one, so that's what dictated whether I went clockwise or counterclockwise. Ideally, I can get them all in the first cycle, and then I can just keep going around in a clean circle.
Oh, please be enough boost. Please be enough boost. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, just enough. Never punished.
I'm telling you, that meter management, it really matters. Do I get the good slam wheel hit? I do. Let's go.
Nope. Okay, let's go. Okay.
Now we just do a little spin to win here. I actually have a updated strategy for this boss for maintaining some
I can
boost.
roll better. That's okay.
Or maybe
Eh,
I'll watch this happen first. Hello, who's there now? Oh, it's you again, Artemis. Hello, baby. So here I have to kill all these little fur balls. Good. To try to make sure he because he is eating these and regenerating
this
health.
one. Let's go.
I got all of them. That's good. So
Oh, okay. 114.
so
boost.
it is definitely raise it. So two reasons why I don't want him to eat any of those little fur balls. Number one,
Right.
he heals. I don't want him to heal. Number two, I get 5 boosts for one I kill. And like I said, boost management in this fight really, really matters. Because for me to optimally be able to go between each of these balls of yarn to deal damage, I need a boost. And using the... Oh, I didn't get the cycle. Yeah, so even missing one shot really just slows everything down, but this is a good recovery. As you can see, I'm already down to 25 boost.
Come on.
Alright, one more. Alright, that was very good.
Let's go. That was really good.
It wasn't perfect, but
I'm gonna take my time at the end of this. 60%'s pretty good. I take my time at the end of this so I don't end up with that weird.
So what I'm referring to in this in this video
Good.
is
Right, let's go.
after this fight,
Nightlight.
for some reason, if I let's say I finish all the enemies and I immediately start moving forward. Well, the result of that is I kind of lose control of Gori, and he just falls into the goop, and I can't jump, I can't dash, I can't move at all. I don't know what causes it, but it can happen there, and it's something I have to watch out for. Here I group up the slimy corns.
I could have been a little bit better. I got distracted by a cat walking on my foot, but that's okay.
My boy is so disruptive. I love him so. Oh, you're okay, honey. All right, this was a really good. Honestly, this entire. Yeah, there's a very specific spot you have to shoot him, and if he decides he's gonna start breathing fire too soon, it can be a real pain.
Right. Okay, that was a really good. That was a good 7.
Look at that, -3 minutes. That was a
Nope, don't forget to skip cutscenes.
insanely good 7.
It's camera to pan. And
For the run, while I don't shop there, since I'm right next to the shop, the bid war can end.
oh no!
Oh jeez, I almost
Oh, I
quick bubble
almost went
stuff.
to the wrong stage.
Right, and it is final boss time.
Hi, Roxy.
Talking to my wife.
Let's find the professor. If we run into Pinky, we can take her. Don't sweat it. She might be slightly bigger than I remember. Maybe a little bit of sweat. For the first time, I really want to go all sneaky beaky. Last time we ran into the big bunny, I had to carry you out myself with no arms.
All right, here we go. So, to start the fight, we are just going to shoot super shots into Pinky's face. Don't have enough boost for one more, so the last was regular missile. And so for this section of the fight, I am just grinding for significant stretches of time to maintain my boost so I can keep spamming these super shots. And the tentacles that pop up, shooting them with a regular shot deals the same amount of damage as shooting her in the face with a charge shot. So I can deal the same amount of damage with the same amount of ammo, but I will maintain some boost. Here I use this wall ride to get a little boost. 2 more charge shots.
Hey, good stuff.
And then it opens up the heart. Or, well, that is not the heart, that's an eye. And now this reload is back by the time we got here.
Let's go. That was great. That was good phase 2. Or phase 1, whatever it is. I can't see my splits, Mike, but knock on wood, yeah, I think I'm winning.
Yeah. Mike must have come in here to be like, are you winning yet?
Silly.
The fun little fact, it's according to my wife. I haven't like paid too much attention to it, but the shockwaves come out on beat. So this fight is actually pretty dangerous. Those shockwaves deal a lot of damage. A lot of ads are going to start spawning in. Here they are. And what I'm supposed to do is just kind of fight off enemies, avoid the shockwaves, waiting for the eye to open up. However, as you can see, I can do a little bit of chip damage with super shots, even when the eyes aren't open. So I'm able to save like probably about either 2 or 3 shots on the open eyes. And these little things, they can regenerate, can't have that.
One more. Let's go. Oh shit. No, 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 no.
I forgot that had happened. I was in a 2% health. I almost fell in the pink. I'm retroactively terrified of what I just saw happen.
Okay.
Okay.
That was terrifying.
Wow, that was...
Oh, let's go.
Woo! This isn't even the hardest difficulty. That heart section is so much harder on Cuddly Carnage compared to Alley Cat.
Coming in with a massive heart attack.
Wolfgang has more than one heart also. What a coincidence. But where is the other heart?
Take that, you pig.
Here I knock down this...
Nice, Gori.
Oh no, do I die here? No, this is where I die.
What? Fuck! No! God! What the hell was that?
Yeah, so luckily it's not a huge time loss there. Oh, that is upsetting though. I died here. So I usually have more boost there. If a Slicey Corn tries to jump at me while I am spinning, they can't hurt me. But I did not have enough boost, and unfortunately I died because of it.
I've
that
never
definitely-
had that happen before.
Yeah, definitely this has never happened before, but I see why it happens.
It's okay.
I maybe lost 10 or 15 seconds there, which is a lot of time, but on a 2-hour run, you know, sometimes that happens.
Time. Goldfish. Shit. We're about to get f***ing fried. Have you caught the professor yet?
Oh, Apfelstrudel. Blast radius is 100 kilometers. We're closing in on the professor. Just keep going, and the dream team will save you. Goldfin saves the day.
Time is coming up pretty soon here on the once I make it into once I make it into the ship. Enjoy the cutscene. But, you know, we have this fun section here where we're kind of going back through the levels we've been at, that we've gone through. It's fun. You know, it's one more precise, optimized platforming section to end things off.
I love slicing with you.
We found her! Coming to get you right now. Hang on.
Oh, thanks. Hurry up, Gori. Let's get in there.
And that is time.
Let's go. That should be world record.
Yeah, that beat the world record by almost 3 minutes. My auto splitter doesn't quite work. Yeah, that is the run. That is the most up-to-date route that I have. I'll also link the clean version for consideration as well, because I understand there's a lot of swearing, and that's not quite kosher anymore, GDQ, and I understand. Anyway, thank you for your consideration. I'd love to have the chance to show this game off, get more people playing, try to get more people running. So thank you so much for your time, and bye.